right, everybody, welcome to the next game. A little bit late start, but we're making it. Next game in this Colorado Rockies replay, game number 26 on the season, game 2 of 3 against the Cincinnati Reds. It'll be Hunter Green for the Reds against Antonio Sensatella for the Rockies. There you see the lineup for the Reds: Friedel, McLean, Dela Cruz, Hayes, Lux, Steer, Marte, Fraley, and Trevino. And on the bench for the Reds, they're going to have Blake Dunn and Santiago Espinal, a couple righties. Also, Austin Wynns, the backup catcher, another right-hander, and then the switch hitter, Jamir Candelario. All right, Sensatella. Going to see what he can do. Now, he wasn't very good in the regular season. Was 4-15 with a 6.65 ERA, but he did get 23 starts. So I guess that counts for something. This game was actually played April 26, 2025. Rockies are 10-15 after 25 games. Coors Field, of course, the offensive juggernaut of effect. 19 is a single, 9 home run. And leading things off, and first of all, hello, Utah Mike, Brian B., and Kenya. And yes, I will default to Brian B. on managerial decisions for the Reds. Hello there, Mr. Robert. Good to see you. TJ Friedel will lead things off, center fielder, against Sensatella. It's a 6-9, and that is a fly ball to left field. And that is hauled in out there by Beck, one away. Hello, Thomas. Good to see you. Here is Matt McLean, second baseman. And that is a 5-5 against the right-hander. That's a strikeout. Sensatella picks up the strikeout. That'll bring up Ellie De La Cruz, the shortstop. We get a 2-7 for De La Cruz, and that's a fly to center. So 1-2-3 inning for Sensatella. Not going to see that happen very often, but it happens here. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Cincinnati nothing, Colorado coming to bat. And on the mound for the Reds will be Hunter Green, right-hander. Hunter Green, 7-4, 2.76 ERA in 19 starts. Obviously, he had some injury issues if he only made 19 starts, but he's there now. And Brenton Doyle, center fielder, will do the leading off for the Rockies. No nameless players in the lineup, as Shunk is not at shortstop. They have Farmer at short, so Shunk is on the bench. So all players are carded. And here is Brenton Doyle. It's a 1-4 for Doyle, and that's a ground ball to De La Cruz. One away for Jordan Beck, left fielder. 6-4, and that's a fly ball to right field. Hauled in out there by Fraley, 2 down for Ryan McMahon. And that's a 6-4, and that's a strikeout. So Hunter Green goes 1-2-3 against the Rockies. We go to the top of the second. It'll be Austin Hayes, the designated hitter, followed by Gavin Lux and Spencer Steer. That's a 2-10 for Hayes, and he's going to draw a base on balls. First walk issued by Sensatella. Sensatella is a -1 hold. He's a -2, and then the catcher Goodman's a +1, so it makes him -1. But if Hayes can get the jump, he starts with a 20, so he's going to try for it. He needs a 5. Only way he gets a good lead is on a 5. He doesn't get it, so he'll hold. And that'll bring up Gavin Lux. Not a very good left fielder, as you can see. He's a 5 with a +3 arm. At least I hope you can see up close. 5 with a +3 arm for Gavin Lux. He hit 269 on the regular season. So Gavin Lux. 5-4, left-handed. Ground ball third base X. Possible double play. McMahon is a 1. 1 and a 14 should be a G1 all day long, and it is. Now we're checking the error. He is an E10. He has to avoid 13, 17, and 18. And he gets a 13. He did not avoid it. So not only will they not get the double play, they won't even get an out. So E10 on McMahon, that 13 is sitting right there like a sore thumb. That 13 is right there. And that'll be an E5 on McMahon. And that's huge. Instead of a double play to make it 2 out spaces empty, it's now 2 on, nobody out. And they really put Cincinnati in a bind. That'll bring up Spencer Steer, the first baseman. That's a 1. His wild pitch rating is 13. And it's a 15, so it's blocked. And they'll send up Spencer Steer. That is a 5-9, and that's a strikeout for Cincinnati, his second. And that is 1 away for Noelvi Marte. Hello, Dr. D. Hello, Bob. Didn't see you coming in. Marte. It's a 5-6, and that's a single 2 stars. That'll score a run. But by all counts, the inning should have been over. This arrow McMahon is going to come out to be huge. Hayes scores. Going to third is Lux. RBI single for Noelvi Marte. And now Marte will look to get a lead. He needs a 2 through 5, an 11, or a 12. 9 doesn't cut it, so he'll hold. And Jake Fraley, the right fielder, is up. 1 out, runners on the corners, infield looking for the double play to get out of the inning. That is a 3-7 for Fraley, struck him out. Third strikeout for Cincinnati. Now all he's got to do is get the number 9 or Jose Trevino. Get out of the inning. It is a clutch situation. Trevino in the clutch will lose a couple of hits right here at the top. 3-2, 3-3, and 3-9. So he'll lose 3 hits in column 3. That's a 4-9, and that's trouble for Cincinnati. 1 to 19 is a home run. He does have weak power, so it would be a single, 2 stars. And that's what it is. Single 2 stars. Lux will score. And Marte will take third base. And the Reds lead it 2-0. Top of the order for Friedel. Only one of the runs is earned. Actually, none of the runs are earned. I don't believe. Single, yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry. This run is earned. The walk is earned. This run is not. Okay. And any run after this is unearned in this inning. So Friedel is up in the clutch. He loses a couple of hits, 3-10, 3-12. And that's a 5-7, left-handed. That's a single 2 stars. 3-0 Reds. That run is also unearned, but counts just the same. 3-0 Reds. Now Friedel will try to get a good lead. Needs a 6. And does not get it. So that's going to send up McLean, 8th man to bat in the inning. Matt McLean. That's a 5-3, and that's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2 E0, so he can't make an error. We're just checking the 2. 215, he'll make that play, and that's going to end the inning. 3 runs will come in. I believe only one of them is earned. The other 2 are unearned. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what it is. We'll go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Reds. And good evening, ID. Hope everything is going well for you. Hunter Goodman is going to stand in, catcher. And that's a 2-6 for Goodman. That's a 1-7 triple, 8-20 is a single. And that'll be a triple for Hunter Goodman. He had 5 of them in the real season. And back come the Rockies. He gets a leadoff triple. That'll bring up first baseman Michael Tolia. Hello, Super Bowl tournament. Infield for the Reds is back. They lead by 3. They want outs. 2-10. 2-10's a ground ball to second base. Good thing they were back. And I believe that will score it was hit to the middle of the infield, so that will score the run. And that makes it a 3-1 game. RBI ground out for Tolia. So now the bases are cleared with 1 out, and Kyle Farmer, the shortstop, 1-7, and he struck him out. Second strikeout for Hunter Green. And here comes Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. 2-8, and he pops it up to first. Steer is there. Innings over. Rockies get a run. At least get on the board. At the end of 2, it's 3-1 Reds. Sensatella back out, and he'll be facing Ellie De La Cruz. Only player not to bat in the previous inning. 3-8 for De La Cruz, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Sensatella. That brings up Austin Hayes, designated hitter. 2-7 for Hayes. He flies to center, 2 down. For Gavin Lux. Still can't get over the fact that Gavin Lux defensively is a 5+3 E7. He can't possibly have been that bad in the outfield. Maybe he was. I don't know. Here's Lux, 3-11, and he grounds it back to Sensatella, and that ends the inning. But as ID would affirm, the 1,200 hours of research has probably made Gavin Lux's card exactly what it should be, because of that 1,200 hours of intense research. So bottom of the 3rd, and it'll be Nick Martini, the batter. 6-11 against Hunter Green, a fly to center. 1 away, Friedel will put that down. 1 down for Amador, second baseman. That is a 5-8. Switch hitter batting left is a ground ball, second base X. Second base X. And second baseman is going to be McLean. He's a 2E8. 2 and a 4. I still think he gets to that. He does. 2 and a 4 is a G3. E8 at second base. He's got to avoid 16, 17, and 18. Pretty simple there, which he does. So McLean makes the play. 2 up and 2 down. Back to the top of the order, and Brenton Doyle. 6-6, and that's a double for Doyle. 2-out double. Doyle with good speed. Clutch situation for Jordan Beck, and in the clutch, loses a hit on 1-6 and 3-2. And it's a 1-7, so he strikes out. Didn't matter either way. Strikeout number 3 for Green. So the double doesn't hurt him. We go to the 4th. It's still 3-1 Cincinnati. Sensatella has a fatigue of 5. Hunter Green has a fatigue of 6. Spencer Steer will lead it off. He struck out his first chance. And that is a 5, and this one's hidden. 5-10. 5-10, and that's going to be a ballpark blast. Steer in normal power, so 1-9, and Spencer Steer will go deep. 16, so he couldn't quite steer it the right way, and it ends up falling short. 1 away. For Noelvi Marte, 1-11, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. Amador makes the play. 2 quick outs, and here's Jake Fraley. He struck out his first chance. It's a 1-8, and he will line it to short where Farmer's got it. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for Sensatella. He has now retired 7 in a row since that hiccup in the second inning, which wasn't all his doing. It was an error that really opened up the floodgates. And the error by usually reliable fielding Ryan McMahon. And speaking of McMahon, here he is. He's leading off. So here is McMahon, 6'10", and that's a fly ball center field X. Center field is Friedel. He's a 2. 2 and a 3. That should drop for a hit. Might be a double. 2 and a 3. No, it's going to be a single. So a single for McMahon. Friedel's error is an E3. Only way he makes an error is 3, 16, or 18. 4, so he just gets by with it. No error. That brings up Goodman. He tripled in his first at bat. That's a 6-11, and that is a fly ball to left, one away. And here is Michael Tolia, first baseman. 2-7 for Tolia. That's a walk, and that's the first base on balls issued by Green. That's going to put runners at first and second with 1 out for Kyle Farmer. That's a 2, balk or pass ball. Looking at a pass ball rating. Pass ball rating on the catcher Trevino is only a 1. So we have to roll a 1 to have a pass ball. So that's not a problem. So we can drive on. Farmer, 3-5, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Farmer. For Green, rather. So 2 down, and here comes Mickey Moniak, the Maniac, in a clutch situation. And in the clutch, he will gain a hit, 2-3. .612, though, is a fly ball left field X, and that's right out to Gavin Lux and his 5 rating in left field. Wouldn't you know it? .612 is a fly ball left field X. Fly ball left field X on that .612. So let's get to the outfield. See what number he needs to make the catch. As a 5 outfielder, he's got to get a 16 or higher on this D20 to make the catch. And that's a 9. That's not going to cut it. 9's going to be a single 2 stars. That'll score a run. He's an E7. E7, he has to avoid 6, 15, 16, and 18. Which he does, but it's going to be a single 2 stars for Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. He gets the RBI single, cuts the lead to 3-2. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Clutch situation for Nick Martini. That's a 2. And again, we're checking the pass ball, but again, Trevino's pass ball rating is a 1. And not going to be a pass ball. Here's Martini. It's a 1-8 for Martini. He pops it up to second, and McLean's got it to end the inning. At the end of 4, it's Cincinnati 3 and Colorado 2. And Brian B., I'm sure that once we get to the 7th inning, you will probably want to bring in another left fielder for Lux. I'm just guessing. Not allowed to bring him in until at least the 7th inning, though. All right, so Trevino will lead off against Cincinnati. And that's a 3-4, and that's a foul out to Mr. Goodman, 1 away. Top of the order, TJ Friedel. So I can get a little closer here. Maybe. I think I was too far away. Maybe we can get a little closer, you can see better. All right, Friedel. 1-5, and that's a walk. And for Cincinnati, that is his 2nd walk of the game. Friedel now will look to get a good lead. He needs to get a 6. Only way he can do it. And he doesn't get it, so he will hold. And here's Matt McLean, second baseman. Every time I see the name McLean, I think of the movie Die Hard, Bruce Willis character. That is a 6-6. 6-6 is another walk. That's the 3rd walk issued by Cincinnati. 1 more base runner, and he will reach fatigue. So you got to keep an eye on that. They do have action in the bullpen for Colorado, just in case. They don't want it to get out of hand by any means. So it looks like Zach Agnos is loosening in their bullpen. Zach Agnos. He was 1-3 with a 6.61 ERA and still had 4 saves somehow. But Zach Agnos in the bullpen. Right now it's Ellie De La Cruz with 1 out and 2 on. That is a 6-2 switch hitter batting left. That's a ballpark blast for Ellie De La Cruz. A 1-9, and we have a 3-run home run. It's an 18, just a deep fly to right, 2 down, and Cincinnati caught a big break there. That'll bring up Austin Hayes. Clutch situation for Hayes, and he gains 1 hit on 212. That's a 5-6, and that's a single, 2 stars. That'll score the run, and now Cincinnati is tired. Friedel will score. McLean goes to third. It is now 4-2 in favor of the Reds. So Cincinnati is fatigued. They'd like to get him through the inning, but now the dots will come into play. Should he find a dot? Here's Lux. 2-9 for Lux. That's a strikeout, and that'll end the inning. And that'll do it for Cincinnati. Cincinnati ends up with 5 strikeouts. But a run for the Reds. So Cincinnati will go 5 innings, give up 4 runs, only 2 of which were earned. He strikes out 5, walks 3, and he gives up 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got him just for 4 hits. And Agnos will come in and pitch in the 6th inning. And Agnos -1 hold makes him a 0. All right, so Hunter Green out. And he has a 4-2 lead to work with. He'll be facing number 9 hitter Amador, and then the top of the order Doyle and Beck for the Rockies. That is a 6-8 switch hitter batting left, and that's a strikeout for Hunter Green, his 5th. Back to the top of the order, Brenton Doyle. 3-6 for Doyle. He strikes out. That's something the Rockies do quite a bit, is strike out. Here's Jordan Beck. 6-7. Green. 1's a double. Anything else, he flies to right. And that's a fly out to Fraley. 1, 2, 3 inning. We will go to the 6th. It is still 4-2 favor of the Reds. And now Zach Agnos is on. And he will be pitching to Steer, Marte, and Fraley in this top of the 6th. 4-2 ball game. That is a 1, and I know it's kind of hidden back here. 1-8. 1-8 is a ground ball to third. McMahon throws him out, 1 away, and here's Marte. 3-6 from Marte, struck him out. First strikeout for Agnos. Here's Jake Fraley. 8, and that's a solid double for Fraley, a 2-out double for Jake Fraley. And now Trevino up in a clutch situation. In the clutch, Trevino will lose the 3 hits again, 3-2, 3-3, and 3-9. 4-10 for Agnos. That's a ground ball to short, and that will end the inning. And that'll do it for Agnos. He's a 1-inning guy. Gave up a hit, no runs, and a strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. And this is the fatigue inning for Hunter Green. And Ryan McMahon will lead it off. McMahon 1 for 2. That's a 3-10, and that's going to be a ground ball to second. McLean right there. 1 away. For Hunter Goodman. 6-6, and that's a double for Hunter Goodman. He has tripled, and now he is doubled. Now the tying runs at the plate, and Michael Tolia, first baseman. 5-10. Switch hitter batting left. That's a ground ball third base X. We're looking at Marte. He's a 3E25. 3 and a 6. Might be a G3. Let's see. 3 and a 6 is a G3. So Goodman will take third base on the out, assuming it's not an error. E25, third baseman. E25, 6, 8, 13, 15, and 17. And that is an 8. Did I say 8? Was 8 one of the numbers? 25. Sure is. an 8 right here in the middle of the pack on the E25, and we have an 8. We have an 8, so that will be an error. E5 on Marte. Each team now with an error. And with one out, here's Kyle Farmer. Infield playing for the double play. 3-10 for Farmer, and that's a double to right field. And now Hunter Green may need some assistance here. Totally only runs an 11. The double went to right. Fraley's a +1 arm, though. So an 11 not being held makes him a 12. +1's a 13, but there's only one out. So I think they're going to hold Tolia at third base. So second and third, one out, one in on the double by Farmer makes it a 4-3 game. Reds may be looking to their bullpen and seeing who they might want to be using here. Let's see. In the bullpen, they have two guys loosening. Ian Jabot and Brent Suter, a lefty and a righty, are both loosening in the bullpen. But Hunter Green is going to keep going. Second and third, one out. Infield is in as the tying runs at third base for Mickey Moniak the Maniac. Two 4 for Moniak. He grounds it back to the pitcher. They're going to get Tolia at the plate. Fielder's choice 1-2. Tolia is out at the plate. Farmer will take third. So now we have runners at the corners and two outs. And Moniak's going to try to get a lead. Needs a 2 through 5. Doesn't get it. He will hold, and that brings up Martini, the designated hitter. Clutch situation for Martini. He loses a hit 1-2, 2-5, and 2-6. Hunter Green. That is a 4-9 lefty. Ground ball shortstop backs. We're looking at De La Cruz. He's a 2E27. 2 and a 20 is there. E27, got to avoid the errors. E27, he's got to avoid 3, 12, 17, and 18. And he does, so that will end the inning. That might do it for Hunter Green. We shall see. He went 6 pretty decent innings. 4-3 the score. We go to the top of the 7th, and the Rockies will need a new pitcher. Coming up for the Reds, it is Friedel, McLean, and De La Cruz. So you got lefty-righty switch. So it's not a lot to go on there. So they're just going to pick whoever they think is the best option. And they're going to go with Angel Chavilli. Chavilli, 1-5 with a 7.06 ERA. Angel Chavilli. He will get the call to come in. He's a 0 hold, which makes him a +1. Angel Chavilli. He'll be facing Friedel to start things off. Top of the 7th. Reds lead it 4-3. Friedel, 2-4. Pops him up to second base. Amador is there, one away. Or Matt McLean. 2-4 for McLean. That's a base hit. Base hit for McLean, and he's going to be looking to get a lead. Needs a 4 or a 6. 4 or 6. Doesn't get it. I'll bring up De La Cruz, switch hitting shortstop. He's 0 for 3. Probably say he's due. Oh, that got hung up. We're going to re-roll that. The white die got caught up in there. Try that again. 1-8 for De La Cruz. That's trouble. 1-11 is a 3-run home run off Chavilli. 12-20 is still bad enough. It'll be a triple. So it'll be a 2-run home run or a triple. 1-11, it's gone. 17, it'll be a triple for De La Cruz. RBI triple. Scoring is McLean. That makes it a 5-3 game, and the infield will come in for Austin Hayes. Infield is in. 2-8 for Hayes. Ground ball third base A. That's going to hold the runners with it hits the corner. So that's 2 down. For Gavin Lux. Clutch situation for Lux. And in the clutch, he gains a hit on 3-9. And that's a 3-5, not a 3-9, but he strikes out. So it's going to end the inning anyway. That's it for Shaviyi. He's going to go as 1 inning, give up 2 hits and a run. No walks and a strikeout. 7th inning stretch time. We go to the 7th inning stretch. And I believe there will be a defensive replacement for Gavin Lux in left field. So we'll go to the bench. And they will bring on Blake Dunn to play left field in place of Lux. Much better left fielder. A 2, a 0 error, and a 1. I'm sorry, 0 arm and an E1 for an error. Oh, wait a minute. He's saying Espinal at third, Marte. Wait a minute. Espinal. Is Espinal? Where is Espinal? So you want to move Marte to left field? Is that what you're saying? Is he rated? I guess he's rated for left field. Hold on. Let me fix this. Hold on here. Where'd he go here? So we're saying Marte to right field? Wait a minute. All right. So you're saying Fraley to left. Okay, because Marte is not rated for left field. So we're going to move Marte to right field. Fraley's going to move to left field. So we ixnay the Dunn substitution, and we're going to go with Espinal instead at third base. All right. Espinal, third base. So let me make sure that, so Espinal is going to hit in Lux's old position. So let me make sure I got my batting order straight. Espinal is at third base, where he's a 2-3, very good defensive player there. So Espinal will bat ninth, 9 spots away. Marte, Fraley, everything else pretty much the same. All right, for the Rockies, it'll be Amador, Doyle, and Beck, your scheduled hitters. They could pinch hit for Amador. If they felt like it, I'm not sure. Are we still continuing with Hunter Green, or did you want to go to the bullpen? He's got a tiny bit of endurance still left, so the dots aren't quite there yet, but they're very close. Or we can go to the bullpen. So it's up to you. Going to stay with Green, okay? Going to stay with Hunter Green. On the bench for the Rockies, they don't have a whole lot. They do have Bouchard, Jacob Stallings, the backup catcher, and they've got the shortstop, the nameless player shortstop. So I think we're going to stick with Amador. He is a switch hitter, even though they only hit 177. So I do believe he's just going to stay there. So Green to Amador. That's a 2-6, and that's going to be a pop out to De La Cruz. 1 away. Brings up Brenton Doyle, top of the order. He's 1 for 3 with a double. That's a 1-7. He flies to center, 2 down. And Jordan Beck. That's a 6-4, and that's a fly ball to right. So Hunter Green going to make it 7 innings. And now the Rockies will need a new pitcher for the top of the 8th. And let's see, coming up is Steer, Marte, and Fraley. So they will go to Jake Bird. Bird is the word. Jake Bird 4-2, 5.53 ERA. No saves. He is a -3 hold, which makes him a -2. So Spencer Steer will start things off in the top of the 8th. Brian, who did you want in the bullpen to come in the 8th inning? Because I'm capping Hunter Green at 7 innings. We can go with Santillan, if you like. Jabot. I know you want to say Pagan for the 9th. So Santillan, okay. Santillan. Get his card out. Where did he go here? I just saw him a second ago. What did I do with him? Oh, there he is up here. So Tony Santillan, or Santillan, I should say. Tony Santillan is loosening in the Reds bullpen. I'm going to cap Hunter Green at 7 innings. And we'll get the numbers on Green. He's going to give up 3 runs. They were earned. He's going to give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits I've got him for. 6 hits. Let's see. He walked just the one, just Tolia, I think is his only walk. And he struck out 6. That's what I've got him for unofficially. So now Spencer Steer. Spencer Steer against Jake Bird. We got a 6-3, and that is a split. 1 to 9's a single. Anything else, 10 to 20 lines out. And that's a line out to short. Farmer snags it. 1 away, and here's Noelvi Marte, who is now in right field. 2-11, and that's a ballpark blast from Marte. 1 to 9, and we've got a home run. That's a 12. So again, I think it's the 3rd time the Reds have come up short on the D20 and not gotten the roll they needed to get the home run. And here's Jake Fraley. That is a 4-4. That's a catcher X. That's going to be Goodman. He's a 4, but nobody's on base, so you cannot have a pass ball or anything. So a 4 and a 5 is going to be a pop out, assuming there's no error. He's an E10. Has to avoid 12 and 18. And he does just that. That's going to end the inning. Bird does have a 2 for fatigue, so he's going to pitch the 9th as well. And now Santillan coming on for the Reds. He is a -4 hold, which makes him a -3. And he'll be facing Goodman, Tolia, and Farmer, scheduled hitters. I'm sorry, McMahon, Goodman, and Tolia, 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order. Heart of the order right here in the bottom of the 8th of a 5-3 ball game. That's a 3-2. 3-2, and that's a straight-up home run for Ryan McMahon. Clean as a baby's butt. 3-2 right there, no doubt about it. Ryan McMahon goes deep. Santillan had no say in the matter. It's gone. It's a 5-4 game. That'll bring up Hunter Goodman. That's a 1-7 for Goodman. He grounds it to De La Cruz. 1 away. For Michael Tolia. 2-10 for Tolia. He grounds it to McLean. 2 down. And Kyle Farmer, the batter. That's a 5-5, and that's a strikeout for Santillan. So Santillan pitches the 1 inning, and they will move on to their closer in the 9th. Will the Reds? They will move on to right-handed pitching. Emilio Pagan, he had 32 saves in the real season. So Emilio Pagan will come in and pitch the bottom of the 9th. So Santillan gave up the hit and the run, which was the home run. No walks and a strikeout. So due up for the Reds, it'll be Trevino, Friedel, and McLean. Scheduled hitters for the Cincinnati Reds. Don't know, Brian B., if you want to do any kind of pinch hitting for Trevino. 238 hitter, but he's a decent defensive catcher. So since they're in the lead, I'm kind of inclined to leave him in the game and let him stay on the defense. Okay, so Trevino against Bird. 2-2, and that's a low max, but nobody else is on base. It's just a liner to Farmer, but no double or triple play, just a 1 out. And back to the top of the order for TJ Friedl. That is a 2-8 for Friedl, and that's a hit by pitch. Gets plunked by Jake Bird, and now Friedl will look to get the lead. Oh, you know what? You were correct. I'm so used to putting a 0 down here. Thank you for catching that, Kenyon. It is 5-4, not 5-3. So Friedl hit by the pitch, but he's going to try to get a lead. He needs a 6 to get the good lead. Doesn't get it, he will hold. And here's Matt McLean. 1-9 for McLean, and that's a fly to center, 2 down. And that'll bring up De La Cruz. 2 outs and Friedl at first base. Bird trying to get through 2 shutout innings of relief. 6-8, switch hitter batting left, and he will do it. He strikes out De La Cruz to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Rockies. That'll do it for Bird. He will go 2 innings and get a strikeout, nothing else. He did hit a batter. But now Emilio Pagan, their closer, is on to pitch here in the bottom of the 9th. He's a -3 hold, makes him a -2. Due up for the Rockies, it'll be Moniak, Martini, and Amador. And we will get a pinch hitter for Amador when the time comes, I do believe. Maybe not, I don't know. The bench is pretty weak. So we'll have to play it by ear and see. Right now, leading off, Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. Whoops, let's move this over a little bit. We're losing the cards. Right there should be fine. So Mickey Moniak, the Maniac, starts things off here in the bottom of the 9th against Emilio Pagan. It's a 4-5, and that's a strikeout by Pagan. 1 away for Nick Martini. 6-10, and that's a fly to left, 2 down. And we are going to get a pinch hitter for Amador. They're going to bring in Sean Bouchard to pinch hit. Sean Bouchard. If they manage to tie the game and send it to extra innings, they would bring in their nameless player shortstop to play shortstop, and they would move Farmer to second base. But lots got to happen between now and then. So Sean Bouchard pinch hitting. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Pagan's gotten the first 2 easily. That's a 5-3, and it's a ground ball first base X. First baseman is Spencer Steer. He's a 2-3. You would think he would make the play. 2 and a 5. I still think that's going to be okay. 2 and a 5 is a G3. Not a problem. So the only errors are E3 for a first baseman. And the only error numbers to avoid are 3, 15, and 18. So he's got to avoid 3, 15, and 18 to make the play. And he does. And he will flip it to Pagan covering, and there's your ball game. Cincinnati Reds split the series now, or, salvage, even the series, I guess is the best way to say it, with a tight 5-4 ball game. Winning pitcher is Green. Save to Pagan. The loss will go to Sensatella. Looking at the total line score for the Reds, 5 runs on just 7 hits and an error. Rockies, 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. So there you go. The series is now even at a game apiece. Tomorrow night will be the rubber game. And it'll be Nick Lodolo going for the Reds. Nick Lodolo. He will be your starting pitcher. Nick Lodolo. And going for the Rockies, just called up from AAA, will be Bradley Blaylock. Bradley Blaylock was 2-6 with a 9.36 ERA, 59 innings pitched and 85 hits allowed. So the Reds may have a field day, but that's who is on the schedule. Reds swept this 3-game series real world, so the fact the Rockies even won one of the games is probably a major achievement. They're now 10-16 through 26 games, and they will face the Reds tomorrow night, and then over the weekend they will bring on the Atlanta Braves into Coors Field and start a 3-game set with the Braves. But tomorrow night is our series wrap-up, rubber game of the 3-game series. Reds with the win today by the score of 5-4. You can pick your own favorite player of the game for the Reds. I don't know if they really – well, if you think about it, Friedel did what he's supposed to do as a leadoff man. He got on base 3 times. He only scored once, but he got on base 3 times. Green pitched okay, I guess. Not wonderful, but okay. And there wasn't really anybody else out there that did anything over and above that I can see. So, to me, player of the game, if I had to pick one, would be TJ Friedel. But that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday, what's left of it. Weekend starts tomorrow, of course. I've already recorded it, and I will be uploading tomorrow afternoon the first 3 rounds of the 2025 PGA Championship from Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina, History Maker Golf. That will be uploaded for viewing tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning, we have the first game of the July 5th date in the 1987 American League replay. We'll be at the Metrodome in Minnesota. It's going to be the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Minnesota Twins. And then tomorrow night, right back here at Coors Field, Nick Lodolo versus Bradley Blaylock. So there you go. That's going to do it from here. If you look way ahead, of course, on the NBC Game of the Week, we'll be at Inside Pitch. The original Inside Pitch will be in Pittsburgh. Houston Astros against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that'll be Saturday at roughly noon from Three River Stadium in Inside Pitch. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And we'll see you all down the road.